Vibrate so high that certain people can't even be around you because your energy is so strong. Vibrate so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your presence. Vibrate so high that strangers come up to you and compliment you. Vibrate so high that people want to be around you because you actually heal them. Vibrate so high that anybody that wish to do harm towards you shall perish. Vibrate so high that anybody that has evil intentions shall get revealed. Vibrate so high that you heal the earth. Vibrate so high that you heal your community. Vibrate so high that you heal the world. Vibrate high.
All right. Shalom to the Bayafa Yashara Allah.
Shalom.
And shalom to the, the Bayafa Dawada. Shalom, the first circle. Shalom to all the brothers, man, and the sisters as well.
Shalom to Grandmaster and his wife.
Shalom to Grandmaster and his wife. Shalom. All right, so today we're gonna carry on. Obviously, last week we did the knowledge, the tree of the knowledge, and the tree of life. All right, so today we're supposed to finish it. All right, and we're gonna speak about the tree of life and things of that nature. But before we actually, before we actually start, all right, we'll turn to the east. Slowly. That's it. We'll turn to the east. Allah.
Allah.
Yahweh. Ba'ashama.
Yahushai.
Baraka Atha. Alright. So there's a brother, his name is Yahala. Alright, Yahala. And so he said, he asked a question, and a very good question. He said, Shalom, if we go with the serpent in the garden being a seraphim, all right, and not a man, nor Esau, as some say, please could you share your explanation on the punishment referring to the serpent in Genesis 3 and 14? So I want you to go to Genesis 3 and 14, and let's expand on that, and let's bring clarity, because like I always say, when you're dealing with the Bible, it's literature, man. You know what I mean? And literature goes into different figurative, all right, speech, dark saying, all right, hyperbole,
Hyperbole.
Yeah, hyperbole or something like that. In French is hyperbole, which is like to exaggerate, all right? And metaphor, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. So on top of that, you got layers, you got context. So that's the reason why the Muslim and other people, they don't really find the Bible, legit and reliable, because of the fact that when they read it to their understanding, there's too many contradictions, which are, in fact, are not contradictions. For example, when you read Exodus 3, when he say, and the angel of the Lord in verse 3, and then in verse 4 he talks about Yahweh. So first he say in verse 3, angel of Yahweh, and then on verse 4 he say Yahweh. You gotta have the spirit to be able to break that down, man. That's why everyone is not supposed to be a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a gift to be a teacher. It's the Most High put a spirit on you, or you go to the school of a teacher because you are, in destiny, in essence, a teacher. And then boom, you pick up on it, and then you start teaching. But you can't just teach. Otherwise, you're gonna be a regurgitator. That's why there's a lot of regurgitator. Because when I first came in this truth, they told me that, that and John the serpent, was, Esau. All right. Now, me and the Malaka Ashana, we never spoke about it. He just told me something about like, what do you think about our serpent, man? And I was like, yo, yeah, that's a good question. He's like, no, he said, we need to go deep into that, man, because it's deeper than what they told us. We left it like that. And then the Spirit jumped on me to reveal to me what I already know and what I told and what I'm teaching as far as the serpent. And not only to confirm that, when you go now into the history, for example, there's a spirit called the Naga, a serpentine spirit called the Naga in China, Asia, and that. All right. When you look at the Buddha sculpture, yeah, the Buddha, how do you call it, a monument or whatever, yeah, you see like a big cobra head behind it. So he's sitting like that, and right behind it, in some of the monument or whatever, you see like a big, it's like many head of serpents right behind it, right? When you go into the Egyptian, you see the fiery serpent with wings all over, the pyramid, all over the walls and that.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, all over it. And then you're starting to understand in America as well. So remember, the same spirit that went to Eve and gave him that knowledge, yeah, that Masonic knowledge or whatever you call it, that left hand side knowledge, is the same spirit that went to, Mesoamerica and beguiled our people, the 10 tribes. And the same spirit that got onto, because Buddha is a black man. Krishna is a black man, because Krishna, if you look at him, is blue. And you know about black, when you're too black, you appear to be dark blue. That blue represent the melanin, represent the black. Yeah? And Krishna goes into what? The Christ consciousness. So them East Asian, they're worshiping us. They're worshiping the so-called black man, the black gods, the people that went into there and they got given that knowledge by the same serpent, the plumed, serpent, or the feathered serpent, those left-hand side seraphim. So now the brother is asking me that question. So let's read, Genesis 3 and 14, and then let's get into it, man.
All right, this is the fall of man. Genesis chapter 3, verse 14.
And before you go on, you see the fall of man.
Yeah.
Right? What does it mean? It means that, the man was going to be beguiled, man, on this earthly realm. Man was, because when you read the Bible, it say, first there need to be a fall away. Because we were meant to experiment wickedness. That's the reason why the serpent visited Eve, to bring about our wickedness, so we can go through the wickedness. So that in the kingdom, we are now balanced people. We are now full, because we have experienced the left side. Now, the left hand side, now we're going to experience the right hand side. You got to be balanced. In order to get to the day, you have to go through the night. In order to be strong, you go to sleep and you wake up strong and you go to do what you have to do. Then the cycle continues. So dark and,
Day and night.
Day and night are necessary. That's why when you read Genesis as well, it tells you that out of darkness came light. You understand what I'm saying? Out of darkness came light. So the Most High established the end from the beginning. He brought light out of darkness. So in order for us to be the light being that we're going to be, we have to go through darkness. All right? Because these Satan work for the Most High. Yahweh. All right? So let's read it and let's break it down.
Verse 14. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle,
right,
and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go,
right,
and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
All right, so before I start, I will say this. So let's talk about the seraphim. When you go into seraphim, it means saraf, right? Saraf or seraph means fire. All right, and fire does what? Fire emits light.
Yeah.
And when you are in darkness in Africa, what did they use for light? Fire. And so if you're in darkness and you push fire together, and you have light.
Torch, yeah.
Right. And what is a torch in the spiritual realm? Wisdom. Because he gave you that understanding. You can see.
Quadama.
Right, the Quadama, it gives you that Quadama. All right, so that's the reason why it says in the Bible that the serpent was the more subtle of all the beasts in the field. Why? Because he had that light.
Yeah.
He was a shining serpent, meaning like he has wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah. The wisest of all creatures, isn't it?
Right, but he's not talking about he's not talking about a serpent. He's not talking about a snake. He's not talking about a cobra, not a python. All right, it's a metaphor. Because we're dealing with literature. It's a metaphor. Now, the question I'm asking now, before we start, is this: the Bible says in Malachi 3 and 6 that the Lord Yahweh do not change. He is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, right? So when he created the snake, was the snake walking or was the snake slithering? When he created a lion, was the lion talking? The lion never spoke. And to this day, the lion don't speak. So if he created a snake, he must have created a snake slithering. Right, so now going with that logic, why, let's say, because certain Christians say that the snake, it was a snake in that, right? So if it's a snake that was already moving on the dust, that already slithering, that has no, how can I say that? That has no feet, all right? Why will he say now that, as the curse in Genesis 3 and 14 say, you're going to be, read it again, verse 14, you're going to be doing what?
What? Go to what he's going to be doing.
Read it.
Upon that, from the top. Okay.
Verse 14, yeah?
Verse 14. And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle,
Right.
and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go.
Upon, so if the snake is already born to go upon his belly, why would the Most High curse him to say now, like, because if you go by that logic, that means that the snake was walking before, and now the Most High cursed him, so now you have to go by.
I mean, yeah, it must, because before the Most High cursed him, it must have been either upright or
no. That's the point. The point is,
yeah,
going by the fact that in creation the snake has always been created a slithering being, a slithering animal. All right. Why would the Most High say to an animal that's already slithering, "Oh, now you are cursed, you will slither"? It don't make sense. So that means by process of elimination, it's not an animal. We're not talking about a snake. Do you get that? You know.
Talk, bro.
All right.
Teaching.
Okay. Because you made the face, I'm like, because I want you to get that as I'm teaching, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm a student still.
All right. So we're not talking about a snake right now, because, like I said, if the serpent was slithering in the beginning and they cursed him, why will it be? It should be something else. Why will it be the same thing that it was already doing? Because the curse is something different from what you're going through right now. So if you're cursed, why do you have to go through the same thing? See if it's a curse. So that means that it's not an animal. So who is it? So let's break it down. Let me read my note and I'll carry as I go, right? I said, answering the question of Genesis 3 and 14. Well, verse 15 answers verse 14, and I will break it down. But before, let's use wisdom to decipher this reality. If the snake is just an animal, then we all know that snakes were created as slithering creatures. And I don't think that in the beginning they used to walk either, because what is done today was done in the past, as the scripture says. That being said, it means that it couldn't have been the fact that that curse was placed on the snake. All right, it couldn't have been the fact that the curse was placed on the snake will make it slither. It's deeper than that. Verse 15 answers the question. All right, I want you to read down verse 15, and I'm gonna carry on reading my my note. And at the end of the day, you're gonna get it, man. The reason why, brother, the reason why I'm talking the Yahala, the reason why I have to bring that snake, that understanding about the snake as an animal, is by process of elimination. I want you to get rid of that understanding of the Christian thinking that it was an animal, or why is he, no, that has nothing to do with the snake. It's spiritual. But I'm going to break it down. Carry on. Verse 15 now.
Verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee
Right.
and the woman,
Right.
and between thy seed and her seed.
Right.
It shall bruise thy head,
Right.
and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Uh-huh.
Verse 16.
That's it. That's it. Thou shalt bruise his seed, right? So that talks about what? A war between Eve's seed, which is what? Us.
Yeah, us.
And the snake's seed, which is who? Esau. Before I go any further, let me read Micah 7 and 17. Because you asked a question that's deep, so I'm gonna go here and there. Alright? So bear with me. Alright? We're gonna go to Micah 7 and 17 to explain that actually when you talk about the seed, the serpent seed, alright, is today Esau. Because that revelation in Genesis 3, 14 and 15 is going on today. There's a war going on between the seed of Eve, which is the Israelite today, and the seed of the serpent, which is who? Esau. Because Esau has the light today, the Lucifer light. Because Lucifer means what? Light bearer. Who is the wisdom of the world today? With the technology, and who is considered to be God today on earth? Esau. Who's the most powerful entity as far as being human being on earth? Esau. Esau can go to Africa and lock it down. So he can go to East.
But we're on a low, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm talking about now. Who's ruling right now? That's why it says in 2 Ezra 6 that, you know, read it quickly, man. Please, read it quickly. We have to bring the words. Because the word speaks volumes. Instead of me talking, as I speak, we bring the word, and then that will bring more light. We'll bring more light into the understanding, because we're trying to get to an understanding. Okay? And it's not a straightforward thing. I don't like doing straightforward thing teaching. I like to go here and there. So when you sit down, you can meditate. Right. 6, start at 9, I believe.
Okay.
2 Ezra 6 and 9.
This is 2 Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right?
Verse 10.
No, that's it. So Esau is the end of the world. So today, who's ruling?
Esau.
And after that, it's us. So we are the bottom. So when as far as you're concerned about we are God, but we are on the low. And I say, yes, we are God, but who is the God today? It's clearly Esau, because he's the one that manifests is God. It's God being, because he's able to come with all sort of war, technology, and rule over any other race, right? Right. So now, to prove to you that that seed is Esau, let me read Micah 7 and 17. And he says this: there shall lick the dust like a serpent, there shall move out of the holes like worms of the earth, there shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of thee. All right. And when you read verse 16, he say, the nation shall see and be confounded at all the mights. All the mights. All right. There shall lay their hand upon the mouth, and the ear shall be deaf. So all these nations, mainly Esau, will be brought down. So when he speaks of Genesis 3 and 14, when he say that, you shall read it again, read Genesis 3 and 14, Malaka, so I can carry on with the understanding and explanation. When you read that, he says what? He says that they shall lick the dust like serpent, all right? Meaning, like, when you lick the dust, what happened? That's the bottom of all bottoms.
Dirt, man.
It's dirt. That means that whatever you wear as far as your rulership, you are brought down to that level on the floor. All right? I'm going to connect it, don't worry. So we're talking about Esau right now, right? Why? Because Esau is the counterpart of that serpent. All right? Esau is the counterpart. He used to be the Egyptian. There was a time when the Egyptian was a counterpart of that serpent. But today, it's Esau. But that serpent, he's the one that beguiled all the nations. He's the one, so he will use whatever nation is on power based on prophecy. Because that serpent represents wisdom. He's the light of the word, the light of the darkness. That's why he says in Job 9 and 24 that the earth was given to the wicked. So that realm of wickedness, that realm of the third dimension is ruled by who? Esau. And Esau is given the wisdom by who? By the serpent. The same serpent, the old serpent, the red dragon. That's why Revelation 12 and 3 are connected, because that same serpent that begat Eve is the same serpent that's over now the red man. That's why I said red dragon. All right? Now read Genesis 3 and 14.
Genesis 3 and 14. And the Lord Yahweh, am I saying it right? And the Lord Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go.
Upon that belly shalt thou go. So there's 2 layers to that. 2 layers to that.
And thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
Right. So remember, I want you to go quickly to 2 Peter 2 and 4. Apostle Peter said something that's very powerful. But there's 2 layers. 2 layers. All right, that we must not, all right, and neglect. We have to bring down the table and bring it out, and so we can understand it properly, what's going on. All right, read 2 Peter 2 and 4.
All right. The rise of false prophets. 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. For if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness.
Read it slowly, man, from the top, because I want people to understand what's going on.
All right.
There's 2 layers, all right? The angels, there's 2 layers. There's 2 dynamic of angels, because when you read Revelation 1st chapter, 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter, it talks about the letter to the angels. Those angels are the men of the Lord. Those angels are Israel, the elect of Israel, the angels, all right? But then, before you go to physical, you go to spiritual. So you cannot jump straight to the physical
no.
without going through the spiritual. So that means that that precept is 2 layers. All right? I'm going to use the first layer to explain that John 3 and 14. When he, as far as like, you know, your belly shall, you know, be on a, shall lick the dust, and whatever you shall crawl, you shall sleep. As far as that, I will show you that it's not just Esau, because that pertaineth on a second layer to Esau going down and losing his rulership. But from the beginning, it pertaineth to the angels, okay, that lost the first estate. All right? Because when you read the Bible, it tells you that they were created. There was visible word in earth. So you got a physical word on earth, and you've got an invisible one on earth. That's the reason why when you read Genesis 3 and 24, it tells you about the cherubim that were put in the garden to stop the Adam and his people from coming back to the garden. They went to eat the east. So that means that there are spirits that rule this realm.
That's right.
Those spirits first were in the first estate, which is the cosmos, the higher realm, and it came down for work. All right? The Mosai did that, something happened, and they came down to work here. They were based on, so that left the higher realm. So when he said the snakes are sliver and lick the dust, it means that it will leave his estate and come down on earth. It will leave on earth. All right? So that's what it means, basically. So read it again, Malaka.
2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. For if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell.
You see that? So when he say they sin, it means that they did something. It's not really. I think I had it in my notes, and I said something about that as well, which I'll read when I get to it, because it's a lot of notes. I'll read when I get to it. So the sinning is not necessarily like
rebellion.
But something happened where the Mosai decided to bring them down, you know, on that realm. But we know how the Mosai work. There's always a left-hand side and the right-hand side. Because if we say that they rebel, it's like Satan rebel as well. No, Satan worked for the Mosai. So all the angels behind him, the left-hand side one, worked, but it was part of the agreement. All right? So when the Mosai, see, when you read the Bible, you got to be very, 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 you know, understanding of every word. based on the context. Can angels sin? That's the question we're supposed to be asking ourselves. But what happened is that they got brought down, right, to work on this realm. But they're on the left-hand side. And the reason why it says sin, because they belong to that left-hand side. And who tempt people to sin? The left-hand side being, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they're attached to sin. Because they are the ministers of sin. They're the one that administrate the evil thought of men so that they can do things.
Yeah.
All right, that's what they came on. So they came to work, basically do the work. But the work appeared to be evil because they work on that left-hand side office. All right, carry on.
No, verse 4.
What
Yeah.
we got?
Yeah.
Yeah. So read it again one more time, man, because it's deep.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. For if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness,
Right. So
to be reserved unto judgment.
right, carry on.
Verse 5. And spared not.
And when he say to judgment, it means that you got to understand there's a fight. That battle between, I'll give you one example of the battle between the seed of Eve and the seed of the serpent. The fact that these demons always trying to possess us, man. That's the reason why when that guy, that demon, that guy that was possessed, that was attached, that was put somewhere else. No one was dealing with him. When Yahushua came, he said something like, why did you come and bother us or something like that? I think it's in Luke 3 and 34.
I wrote it.
So finish that one. Let's read Luke 4 and 34 so I can understand. I can explain that quickly.
Yeah. Verse 5. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person.
Okay. That's a
That's the topic. So Luke what?
Because at that time, the reason why that happened, because those serpent was influencing, the children of Adam heavily, man. They were heavily into witchcraft, heavily into sorcery, heavily into that realm, that left-hand side activity. The Most High got tired. That's what really happened. The influence of the serpent was too much, man.
Heavy.
But that didn't stop, because right after that you got Nimrod that came about, right after you got the Sumerian that came about, right after that you got the Egyptian that came about, still bringing forth that wisdom, that left-hand side energy. All right, and that left-hand side energy still today with Esau, man. All right, so again, Luke 4 and 34. Luke 4 and 34. Let's see what he says.
Okay.
What do you say?
No, I'm gonna read it from you.
Don't worry about that. Let's see what he says.
Saying,
Yeah.
saying let us alone.
Yeah, but read it from from 32.
Alright. This is Luke chapter 4, verse 32. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his words was with power. Verse 33. And in a synagogue there was a man which had a spirit of an unclean devil,
You see that?
and cried out with a loud voice.
So that guy was what? That guy
Possessed.
was possessed. That guy it's a seed of Eve
Tormented.
that is possessed by what? By those unclean spirit, man. All right. So it's not the oppression is not just between Esau and Jake. That oppression is them demonic people. That's why you see people killing each other. It's demons, all those gangs.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on, the single mother issue, us being poverty, wherever we are, and that's demon jumping, that's demon working against us, man. So read what he say. What does he say? What's the spirit saying?
Verse 34, saying, let us alone. What have we to do with thee?
Right, let us alone. So that's the seed, that serpent seed, them demon speaking to Yahushua, man. Say, what are you doing with us, man? So you see that enmity that, Genesis 3, that's one example. It's on many layers, and I always say, the Bible says what in Ephesians 6 that in 12, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, man. But against principalities, man.
In high places.
Yeah. So that serpent, that's what it represents. So our fight was declared in John 3. I mean in Genesis 3 already.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to your question now.
That's real, sure.
You know, going back to your question now, that's what it means basically. When he say that the serpent shall crawl, it means that he will. They left the first estate, which the realm or the visible, the higher realm, and they came down on earth, man. Do you know what I'm saying? They're on earth, so they're slavering on earth. They're working on earth. They're ministering on earth. They're stuck in that realm.
But in the visible realm, not the physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Bodies, isn't it?
Exactly.
But that's why they torment us, not us, but they torment a lot of people because because we got bodies in it.
Right.
And so they torment us in the spirit.
Right, exactly.
And they tempt us in the spirit.
Yeah, and they come and they influence us, they're trying to possess us and all of that.
But we have to know that we have dominion on earth because we have earthly bodies. Obviously, we have spirit in us, but our earthly bodies gives us dominion on this realm. So, Yahweh Shai has given us the power, man. So,
you have to exercise that power.
Yeah, man. You got to exercise like the gym. It's a muscle, man. You got to keep exercising little by little, bit by bit. You get stronger and stronger, you know. So there's always a solution to a problem.
Yeah, so there's a war going on. That war was explained in John 3. So that's the serpent. So again, the reason why I say that, you know, read Genesis 3 and 14 again.
I'll finish off this one now.
Yeah, finish it and then go in John 3 and 14 and then...
Verse 34, saying, let us alone. What have we to do with thee?
Right.
Thou Jesus of Nazareth, or Yahweh Shai of Nazareth. Art thou come to destroy us?
You see, art thou come to destroy us? What does he say? So now, let's say now, go now to...
No, shall we do the rest?
No. Go to... We made the point. Otherwise, go back to Genesis 3 and 14. And he say, art thou come to destroy us?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to read something that will exactly speak of that. But he says, right, verse 15. Read 15.
Verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee,
see that,
and the woman.
Right. So that's that battle that's going on between. It's not just Esau; it's just the counterpart of those demons. But those demons as well, they're moving on us, man. You know, they're really attacking us, man. All right. That's why we need deliverance. That's what salvation goes into. It's a spiritual deliverance as well as a physical deliverance. You have to be delivered from all the poison we were given by those demons, man. All right? So read it.
And between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thy head.
It shall bruise. So Yahweh Shai, when he came and he was chasing demon out, casting demon out, that's what it represents.
And thou shalt bruise his heel.
Right.
So
and
there's a war
going on.
Yeah,
that's it. It's a battle. That's what I mean. There'll be a battle between them demon. Because think about it, man. When Esau tried to be Batman, everything works for him. But when Jake is Batman, something is wrong. Something is wrong. It's that war going on, man. Do you know what I mean? They're attacking us. They want us because we are the righteous being. And their aim is to make sure we stay in that wickedness vibration. That wicked vibration, that wicked energy.
That's not of us, man.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why I said so that we were warned that we were going to be fighting because of what? Because Eve and Adam, they went into that Freemasonry and that Rosicrucian and that left-hand side energy. You understand what I'm saying?
You think Esau's the wicked seed and we're the righteous seed?
Yeah. And that's what happened when after that happened. Who was the firstborn of Eve and
Cain? Cain.
Right. So what does he mean?
He's wicked, isn't it?
Right. So their energy, them embracing that serpentine energy brought forth who? Cain, which is a left-hand side energy. That's the reason why he killed his son, his brother, Abel, man. But Abel represents Jacob and Cain represents Esau. So it's about influencing the seed, the demon. So Yahweh Shai influencing us to be the elect, and the serpent influencing Esau to be the wicked.
No, it's real. People, it's real. Trust me, it's real.
Do you know what I mean? So I say the serpent seed, which is Esau, all right, obviously we know as well the demon in that, or their demons, because we call them demons, devils, shall be very ashamed and greatly abased. And the angelic being are living in that realm, and that realm is the realm of carnality. I mean, if you tell me the realm of carnality and the realm of the spiritual, which one is better?
Spirit.
Exactly. But they're here, part of the left hand side, which is a curse, because the left hand side path is a cursed path. But ultimately the Most High has made it that way, because he's the boss. He needs darkness and he needs light to do what he has to do. So whoever's on the left hand side is cursed. So all of them are operating into a curse, a cursed energy. Satan and all of them, that's what they do. But they are ultimately servant of the Most High.
There's an equilibrium, you need a balance.
Yeah, it's not that they're wicked, but they are wicked because that's the play. That's the role they play.
Yeah, that's their role.
Like you see a guy that play the devil in a movie. You know what I'm saying? He played the devil well, but in real life, if you take away that mentor or whatever, he's a normal guy.
Yeah.
But in a movie, he's so the serpent that went, he's just a seraphim, just like the other seraphim, all right. But he's on the left hand side.
My brother.
Yeah, just on the left hand side, man. All right. So the serpent seed, which is Esau, shall be very ashamed and greatly abased. Also, let's add another layer to this. Second Peter 2 and 4. It speaks of angels who sin and were cast down to hell. Do angels sin like us? No. So if we can consider that the serpent did his rebellion, all right, it's rebellion, something that was part of Yahweh's script, all right. When he said that serpent would go on his belly, it means those angelic beings got sort of being demoted and bound to this realm as far as their ministry and their jurisdiction. All right. Now, when we go into Genesis 3 and 24, all right, which we're gonna read in a bit. Let me read it myself now. No, while you burn it, let me read it. So let's read Genesis 3 and 24 now. Genesis 3 and 24, and he says, so he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the garden of Eden cherubims, all right, and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life, to keep the way of the tree of life. Okay, so that means the cherubim, they are angelic beings on earth, man. And if you go into certain realm, you will see them. You know, if you go to some people, they will go to deep forest, and they will meet them over there.
What
the spirit is there.
spirits?
All the spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got all the presidents, all the top guy, they got priests on the left hand side that can connect them to those beings for power, for understanding, because them spirit, they got a certain understanding that we don't know. They can see the future to a certain degree. Not like the Yahweh, but they can see
Portals and stuff.
Yeah. What do you say?
Portals.
Yeah, portals, So yes, there's a realm within a realm in this place.
But they're gonna need an altar for that, isn't it? They're gonna need an altar for that, isn't it?
What you mean?
So, like, to access those.
Yeah, for example,
that's
to
how you bring
access
the altar,
that
innit?
side, what you do, you can get with shroom, for example. So for all you that take shroom, you don't even know, like you opening yourself to that realm.
Drugs itself.
Yeah,
Drugs
pharmakia,
Witchcraft.
using plant to alter consciousness to get to another realm.
I think we're talking about pharmacy.
Yeah, but that's where it goes to.
Yeah.
It's witchcraft,
Yeah.
pharmakia. All right, drugs are witchcraft because it gets you to a certain realm.
Yeah.
It alters your consciousness.
Yeah, for real.
But the initiate on the left hand side, they will do that to get to, to that realm. There is a realm, man. There is a world, man.
Preach.
All right. So now, as Genesis 3 and 24, Ezekiel 1 describes those cherubim. And we know that these are cherubim because he mentioned them in Ezekiel 10 and 9. All right, faces of men, cow, eagle, lion, which is an omen of them guarding the garden of Eden, which is Al-Kabulum, Africa. All right, and interestingly enough, you know, of the faces, you know, there's one face that look like a lion. All right, and clear indicator that the garden is located in Africa, because Africa is known for its lions.
The lion.
You know, so you see, and the reason why those cherubim got 4 faces, because they're the one that, you know, the Garden of Eden consists of what? Men, animals, cow, which is the some cattle, lion, which is the beast, all right, lion, panther, you know, cougar, you know, all of those feline, all of those beasts, all right, and then you got the man, you got and the eagle who represent the bird, the fowls, all right, and so that means they master all 4 elements of nature. That's why they have those features. You see what I'm saying? All right. So you can see images of flying serpent all over ancient Kemet, Egypt, was a symbolic of the wisdom acquired through the left-hand dimension ruled by the serpent, Lucifer. All right. So when we say Lucifer as Esau, that's not correct. Esau is just the ambassador of Lucifer. Lucifer means light bearer, man. Who gave the light to these? Esau didn't give himself the light. Who gave us salvation? Yahweh Shai. Yep. We can't save ourselves. Who gave that so-called wisdom to Esau? It's Lucifer, which means the light bearer. So we have to understand, before you are a carnal realm, you got a spiritual realm, man. The Bible says, let everything be done in decency, not on order and decency. So when you teach, you got to teach in order and decency. You got to follow that. All right. So you can see image of flying serpent all over ancient Kemet. Egypt was a symbolic of their wisdom acquired through the left-hand side dimension ruled by the serpent Lucifer, the light bearer, the left-hand side wisdom. And ultimately that flying serpent will be cast down to earth and will have no choice but to sliver on the dust, which is a symbolic of the end of this earthly realm rule. So when they talk about the rulership, so when that serpent goes down, it means as well that those cherubim and that they'll be whatever they have going, we're gonna take it from them. You don't understand how things works. And next Saturday I'm gonna explain something in regard to that, the spiritual realm, how things are, the passage. You know how the relay race. You know how, like for example, how did the Canaanite relay the power to us in that land? People gotta understand that. So people talk about what's his name, Melchizedek being Yahweh Shai. Come on, man, come on. First of all, Melchizedek is a Jebusite. Yahweh Shai is an Israelite. How can an Israelite come back as a Jebusite? An Israelite only come back as an Israelite. A Jebusite only come back as a Jebusite. A Benjamite come back as a Benjamite. A Zebulonite come back as a Zebulonite. A Levi come back as a Levite. Again, let everything be done in decency and order, man.
You think Melchizedek, right? Don't you think he was a Levite?
No, he was a Jebusite. Right? The only reason why they're connected to the Levi and Abraham and all of the Yahweh is because their energy, they had a priesthood. The Canaanites are powerful people. They had a priesthood that was given to us. All right? We took it just like Moses was born in war, in the school of the flying serpent, Pharaoh. That's the reason why he went without stuff, that rod, and then when he threw it, it became a serpent, and he swallowed the free serpent of the Egyptian. It was symbolic. It was saying that the wisdom of the left hand side will always take over the wisdom of the wisdom of the right hand side will always take over the wisdom of the left hand side. The Canaanite had the wisdom of the left hand side. We came and took it over and turned it into the right hand side. Out of darkness came light. You understand? Principle, spiritual principle that us as an elect, we have to understand. You got to be level-headed. You got to understand. All right? No, it's fine, man. So he says,
Yes.
you know I love these things, man. So I say you can see images of flying serpent all over ancient Kemet. Egypt was a symbolic of the wisdom acquired through the left-hand dimension ruled by the serpent, Lucifer. The light bearing the left-hand side wisdom, and ultimately that flying serpent will be cast down to earth and will have no choice but to sliver on the dust, a symbolic of the end of this earth, of the earthly realm rule.
With them or us? Them.
Yeah, them.
Well, feed back to us about what?
Esau, man. Esau being, you know, being used by those flying serpents. In South America, they call him Quetzalcoatl. In the East region, the East Asia, India, and that, in China, they call him the Naga.
Naga.
Actually, when you go into the etymology of the serpent, that serpent, Genesis 3, before you go into the seraphim, he tell you about let me get it. He says, this is what he says, man. You know, that's why it's important for us to know etymology, man. You know, because if we don't, it's going to be... So let's go into the etymology of the serpent, yeah? The interlinear. So here he says... See, he say Na-ha-sha. But they say Nakash.
One Asia.
Yeah, Nakash or Nakaz or Naga. So that Naga comes from that Naha-sha. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now he say serpent. He say fleeing serpent, mythological, all right? And then when you go into the when you go into one of the at the bottom, it says a time on supernatural character of serpents. He says here, look, mythological, fleeing serpent of eclipse dragon. You see that? So right, so that serpent, that's why he says in Revelation 12, that old serpent, the red dragon, dragon, that old serpent, the dragon, so that's why it goes into, yes, it's the same spirit. But the reason why I say red dragon in Genesis, in Revelation 12, because that red dragon now formed a one unity gang with Esau. But Esau being the red man.
Isn't that and the end times as well? Wouldn't the moon turn red? Or is that?
I mean, if yeah, that's another layer. I mean, that's destruction and that's blood. Right. That is what we can sit down and have a about that. That's not even it. But yeah, you can be around that as well, you know.
So red dragon eclipse. You know,
right, eclipse, red dragon, but eclipse mean like, because you know all these elements are signs, isn't it? So the eclipse dragon meaning like that's the end, isn't it? Just like you say in 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 that, you know, Esau is the end of the end of this world, isn't it? Yeah, the end. So basically you'll be ruling at the end. So when you say eclipse, all right,
it's a sign.
Which is a sign, all right, of who's gonna be ruling, and that's the dragon, man. The eclipse dragon, if you want to go that way. All right, but yeah, so now let's go to 1 Corinthians 15, and let's start 35 all the way to 50, man. You know, because we're gonna go into like now the tree of life. Yeah. I mean, we might not even get there. I will see. We're gonna just jump around, innit? We're gonna jump around, man.
We're up to what, 15? Yeah. What verse? What chapter?
Yeah, 15, man. 15.
1 to 15.
Let me get it myself, man. Because we talk about, you know, we brought clarity. Hopefully, your brother Yakala, I'm sure you get it, man. You're a deep brother. You will get it. I don't know who you are, but I think you will get it. You know? And then we're talking about what? The tree of life, man. Because this is the new covenant is an angle of the tree of life. All right, and we're gonna go into it, man. I mean, it's not even long. It's just like a few minutes, and we're done because it's straightforward. The tree of life is the tree that allows you the knowledge that allows you to be eternal, the understanding that allows you to live forever. All right, to be a ruler, a strong ruler, to become an angel in his form, in his highest form. All right, and Yahushua was the first of them. That's why I say I will give you the tree of life. All right, if you, I will give you that wisdom that makes you, fight, overcome death. You know what I'm saying? Because the tree of life, the opposite of the tree of life, is the tree of death. Which, you know what I mean? So let me go there, man. Try and read it, man. Yeah, when you're ready, you can read it.
What verse? We'll start with
35, isn't it?
35 to 50.
The rest of you, we'll see how we're going to jump around. We're going to move on.
Alright. Okay, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 35. But some man will say, how are the dead raised up? And with what body do they come? Verse 36, thou fool, that which thou sowest is not quickened, except it die. Verse 37, and that which thou sowest not thy body that shall be, but bare grain. It may chance of wheat, or of some other grain. Verse 38, but Yahweh giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body.
Right, so the angel have their own body, even the one on earth, the one on earth, those being on earth, they have different sort of body. Well, they can shapeshift in it. Basically, they can be invisible, but they can be physical as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't think you can see them physically. I don't think.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'll speak to you after the lesson, man.
Oh,
I had an encounter still.
Oh, yeah. My dad had many encounters, bro. My dad used to go in the forest to actually meet them, bro. Yeah, he was a different type. That's why I understand why my mind operated the way it operated, my spirit operated. That's why maybe I've got a certain knowledge because of the bloodline. My dad. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not everybody, like the Malakash, and if you look into his bloodline, it might come from that element as well. There's something going on, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things, but we don't know. We don't know who we are to the full extent, which is good for us because it allows us to be humble. And when you're not humble, what does the Most High do?
Bring you down, man.
Slap you because
you don't
God
like
be
that.
humble.
You
He doesn't like that.
Pride, man.
Because he's the king of all kings. He's the creator of all spirits, man. What can you do to impress him? Can't. So you can only remain humble because everything that he gave you is him. You can take it out one day, 1 second, 1 hour. It's over. So, but yeah, carry on.
Verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh. But there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
Exactly. See that? Carry on.
Verse 41. There is one glory of the sun, another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory. Verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption.
Right, so that's why we're going to need that body to be, able to live forever. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing now that, allow you to carry on living forever is the new covenant. The new covenant is like we all got. If you look at the eighth letter, the eighth character of the Lashwana Kwadasha, it's like the ha. The ha look like what? It look like a ladder, right? Now when you look at DNA, DNA look like the symbolic of DNA. It look like a twisted ladder.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Yeah, it looked like a twisted ladder.
It's called something.
Right?
It's
so
called, not embryo. It's called something, man.
Yeah. What do you mean, like?
The DNA strand. The way it looks, the helix.
Right. It looks like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a ladder, but
it's
twisted.
like a ladder, but it's twisted.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So now you got a ha,
I get you.
which is a ladder, and you got a DNA, which is a twisted ladder, right? So now the heart means partition. So we are given a peculiar DNA. So the tree of life, it will like, and right now our DNA is capped. There's a cap on our DNA that stops us from doing certain things. When the Most High come, Yahweh shall come with salvation, the cap will be lifted up, it will be removed, and then that DNA we can
spiritual power.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? So we partition.
You breaking it down good.
Right, we partition, you know, and then through our DNA, we are able now to become, you know, partakers of the tree of life. It's a DNA thing. It's a bloodline thing, man.
Wow, speaks.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But you carry on reading, man.
That speaks volumes to the story. Verse 41. There is one. Oh, I read that already, didn't it?
Well, that's
Yeah.
reading
Verse 43. It is sown in dishonor. It is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness. It is raised in power. Verse 44. It is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body.
Yeah.
There is a natural body and there is a spiritual body.
Natural body and a spiritual body. And those natural body and spiritual body will become one. And they will create that special DNA, man. So a lot of things about to happen, bro. This is not a game, you know.
Not at all.
Because the elect and the people the elite, they know what's up. They've seen the other realm. They know that it's not, there's more to us than this. When we say we God, it's real, but the God DNA has been capped right now. And most of us will remove that cap, and it's going to be something else, man. It's going to be something else. We're going to wake up something else. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we've been...
Deep, man. It's deep.
Yeah, right now, we've been stopped. We've been stopped, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we've been stopped. Because the Most High love...
Good, isn't it?
Yes, because what happened to Nimrod? Obviously, he's a Hamite, but what happened to Nimrod? Didn't he try to reach Yahweh how his technology?
Yeah, he couldn't.
Exactly. He was trying to reach, and he was trying to do something that he's not supposed to do. The Most High, that's the reason why. And how do you know that happens? How do you know that?
That's hard.
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that the Tower of Babylon is in Africa? How do you know that?
Is it Babel or Babylon?
The Tower of Babel, the Babala.
Yeah.
How do you know it's in Africa? One indicator. Which continent has the most dialects and languages? It's Africa, man. In my country, there's 60 dialects.
Swear.
One country got 60 dialects.
How's that? What?
Africa, every country, at least 20, 30 dialects.
Oh, you got
He created confusion because if he didn't do it, man,
Yeah,
Africa, no one can touch Africa. If we spoke one language, we understood, you know, we work together, you know, Shem will work with Ham, and no one can mess with the land. But the Most High did that because prophecy needs to be fulfilled. Esau needs to exert, you know, to exude his and exercise his dominance, you know, before, you know, we come and take everything, because we have to be humble down. All right, too much power. You go, you know what I mean? Yeah. So for every prideful guy, just check the Tower of Babel, man. You understand what pride does to a man. You know, you activate the anger of the Most High, man. It's gonna lead you down. But carry on reading.
Verse 45. And it was written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
Right, which is Yahweh Shai.
Verse 46. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. Verse 47. The first man is of the earth, earthy.
Adama.
Yeah.
Adama. And when you go to Africa, in my country, they have a way of saying something. If you do something, if something happened and they're overwhelmed, they'll be like, Adama.
Oh, serious?
See, that shows you, man. And there's a lot of people called Adama.
What did they say again?
All over. They say Adama.
Why?
You have to say that they're surprised. Meaning like, Adama means men.
Oh.
It's like, human being. Human. the man can do things to grow. You know what I mean? Like Adama, that energy.
I never knew that.
Yeah, man. You know?
Verse 46. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but which is natural, and after what is spiritual. Sorry for speaking fast. Verse 47, Slakia. The first man is of the earth, earthy.
Adama.
The second man is the Lord from heaven. Okay. Verse 48. As an earthy, Salakia, as the earthy, such are they also that are earthy. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly.
Right.
Wow. Verse 49. And as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Right. So I mean that we went into the, you know, our DNA being capped. Now we're gonna experience our DNA being uncapped, and we're gonna
Heavenly, innit?
You know, we're gonna
Heavenly
become
bodies.
heavenly. We're gonna
That's
have
what-
heavenly bodies.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And that's the tree of life now. Now, you know, as far as the new covenant now, I want you to read just read Hebrew 8 and 8.
Hebrew 8 and
Yeah,
8.
yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? The new covenant, man. That's what the tree of life, you know, well, you read it, man. Read Hebrew 8 all the way to 11. It's already, people know it. Read it yourself. Yeah? And then, but go to Revelation 22 and 2 then.
What, now? Or
Yeah,
previous?
Revelation 22 and 2.
Ah,
All right, so that's what it is, man. The new, so that means that we're not under the new covenant right now. We are rehearsing the new covenant, but we are not under the new covenant. We are not exercising. No, I wouldn't say that. We are not manifesting the new covenant fully, but we are rehearsing it. All right, because when you're in the new covenant, you don't sin, because your heavenly DNA now is in full, you know, operative mode.
supersedes the earthly, the
And you
natural.
can't sin, man, because you're no longer a natural man. You have control on nature. You're not subject to nature. You have control, so you can tell rain, and it's gonna rain. Okay, so read Revelation 22 and 2, Malaka.
There's no, 2, opposite 22, 22.
No, 22 and 2.
22 and 2. Alright. This is the river of Salakia. The river and the tree of life. Revelations chapter 22, verse 2. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
All right, so that means that, you know, we're gonna be the Israelite man will heal all these nations. We put everything back to normal.
The Simeonite in
Reverse
his element, isn't it?
the Simeonite is his element, the Zebulonite is an element, Judah in his element, Levi in his element. Fully. So by us being in full mode, in God mode, you know, ultimately it's gonna lead to other nations as well being healed.
Bro,
Coming back to the normal setting of things.
Can you imagine a tree with 12 different fruits?
Yeah, but what it means
one
that,
tree
but,
and-
yeah, but it means that it's not like a physical
tree.
truth. It's a spiritual. It goes back to what the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
The 12 tribes. You said it yourself. You know,
Yeah,
exercising their power,
yeah.
which will then usher in the healing of the nation. So he's not talking about herbs either. Obviously, herb will be burnt
Yeah.
as a natural herb, as an incense will be burnt. You know,
Yeah.
it will be burnt. We will enjoy the benefit of it. But you know, it's not like it's not talking about the going and rolling out the tobacco and the weed and smoking it. It doesn't give you now. It doesn't give you now the liberty to do so. That's not what it's talking about. So yeah, man. So we, you know, we arrive, you know, at the end of that, you know, the tree of life, and the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. So the tree of knowledge is the understanding of the good and evil, which is like you know, those ancient, you know, wisdom, like I call it the Padama, Wisdom, which is like, knowing, the left-hand side path, basically. That sort of wisdom, the light in the darkness, they call it. There's this song that, what's your name? Kanye West and Jay-Z said, and they say talking about the light in the darkness and this and that. They can see in the dark, basically. They can see in the dark. They become initiated to see in the dark. Basically to have wisdom in this evil realm and a maneuver. Yeah. But now you got the tree of life, which pertaineth to the elect. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're going toward. And that's the reason why the Most High telling us to keep the law, but the law is like it helps you to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So hopefully you were edified, man. You know what I mean? Let's stay humble. Let's hide ourselves like the Most High. Let's not be too. No, man. We nothing. Just like hide ourselves like the Most High. He's the power that hides himself. So let's hide ourselves. Let's be humble, and let's work out our salvation with fear and trembling. And hopefully, we'll see you again. Next Shabbat, man. Lord willing.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, man. Allah, Allah,
Allah, Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashama,
Ba'asama,
Yahweh,
Yahsha'ai,
Barakatah,
Barakatah,
Wama, Yashara Allah.
Wamash, Yeshua Allah.
Shalom, man.
Shalom,
Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.